Wasted World of Sports crew, ahoy! How's everybody doing? Welcome along to the Decider, New South Wales versus Queensland here in Suncorp Stadium. Joined once again by the Old Panther. Old Panther, we didn't do any mic tests before the stream. Let's see how we're cracking.
See how it goes, eh?
Yes, a nice big booming voice. I love it.
Good to be here.
Now, as always, we throw over to the Old Panther to start the stream with some statistics, and I'm going out on a limb and suggesting that deciders at Suncorp Stadium might not make for some happy reading for Blues supporters. Am I correct in that assumption?
Absolutely. Everything pretty much tonight points towards a Queensland win. And tying up the series, of course. I've had a look, like I do, over the last 10 series. Queensland have won 6. New South Wales have won 4. Winner of game 1 wins the series 6 times out of the 10. Winner of game 2 wins the series as 4 each. But here's where it looks bad for New South Wales. Winner of game 3 in each series is Queensland 6-4. Winner of deciders is Queensland 4-1. Winner in Queensland is Queensland 7-4. And the winner of deciders in Queensland, Queensland 3-1. But Queensland have lost last 2 games in Brisbane.
I like the sounds of that, but
that part sounds all right. Yeah. So, having said that, I expect that there will be a Queensland win tonight, and that looks good for New South Wales because my tipping this year has been horrid. So that's a good thing going for New South Wales, me picking Queensland.
problem is when you try and do that, I know this from experience, when you try and do that, the rugby gods, they know the reason for why you're doing it, and so it doesn't work. So anyways. Mania 2, ahoy there. Mania 2 says Queensland. We'll throw over to the chat room for a little bit. I'll say ahoy to all the channel members. First and foremost, Adam Hugo, ahoy mate. Chris Bradley, Odd Poppet, Gamer Mel, ahoy. Always love seeing those little Wasted World of Sports badges out there next to the names. Fantastic stuff. Robert Peters, ahoy mate. So, okay, David Azopati, a question for the people in the comments here. Well, for the people in the comments, but we can answer it too, I suppose. Let's wait and see what that question is. So, chat room, what are we thinking for this one? It's hard to go past Queensland, isn't it? I've said from the very start of the series, I just felt like Queensland picked a much better team all round. We all know, it's no secret, I'm not a fan of Laurie Daly. As a coach, quality player, fantastic player. Do you remember, Old Panther, the day that we didn't interrupt them or anything, but down at Tweed Heads, we're on the way back from somewhere, and we saw Ricky Stewart and Laurie Daly at the Maccas.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just randomly thought of that.
Those days, a bit different back in those days, wasn't it?
I think you asked me if I wanted to go and get an autograph, and I said no. I wasn't interested. See, even little Dan hated Canberra.
My favourite story about Laurie Daly, though, has to be when he was commentating on Foxtel, and they did a Cowboys game, and they decided to go to the casino after the game, but the casino staff wouldn't let Laurie Daly in. They thought he was drunk. Yeah.
Yeah. He does have that sort of look about him. Somebody said that too on Fox Sports once, when he made an appearance on one of those panel shows on Fox Sports. I saw a few comments floating around on social media that reckoned that Loz had been on the Terps before the show by the looks of it. I think that's just his way. Gamer Mel's got all the sound issues fixed up. That's good. Gave me a little bit of a mini heart attack, Gamer Mel, because we literally just went live without doing any pre-game stuff at all. We were We were eating our burgers for dinner, and then we jumped straight on. Didn't even give it a consideration to do any testing. So when I saw Gamer Mel in the chat room go, anyone else having audio issues? I thought, oh, God. Should have, you know, old Panther rocked up early enough. We could have done a little pre-game audio check, but not to worry. Nathan Cleary will make Queensland and Sam Walker cry tonight, says Manu Jonathan. Well, speaking of Nathan Cleary, that is a player who has a little bit of a statement to make. So if anybody's going to do it, it will. Well, it needs to start up front. We were talking about that in the lead up over dinner, but obviously it starts up front. But Nathan does need to have a big game. You do feel
he needs to have a big game, but in order for him to have a big game, the forwards have got to step up. We've spoken about this over the last week or so, and it was just emphasised again tonight. I was listening in on the ABC, and the great Johnny Gibbs played halfback for Australia, played halfback for Manly, and he was critical of the criticism that's been laid against Nathan Cleary, because he pointed out that for Nathan Cleary to have a big game, it needs for the forwards to be going forward. And as you said last time, Andrew Johns said that it's the forwards that decide who wins the game. It's the backs who decide by how far.
Yep, that's exactly right. We've talked about that a few times. Okay, Robert Peters. I'm interested to see what the old Panth has to say about this one. And then there isn't a one. So, well, I don't think he's posted it just yet. Dino, ahoy, mate. Jackson, ahoy. Welcome along. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what I did to my camera just before. People on TikTok, the voice you hear in the background, because there's no room on the TikTok anymore to fit guest video on the stream. But the voice you hear in the background is my dad, the old Panther. And if you want to suss out the full screen, we are also live on YouTube and Twitch. Speaking of Twitch, I better bring up the Twitch chat room now that we've got a few regulars over there. They might be chatting away to me, and I'm not answering. So we'll sort that one out. I'm also sorting out the team sheets so that I know what's going on. Origin's a little bit of a different beast, though. I generally know everybody who's playing in the Origin. So I don't have the same issues. Okay, Robert Peters would like the Blues to win today, as Mr. Blue is in here. Scaife 97, ahoy, mate. Over there on the Twitch. Johnny Michael, ahoy. Michelle, ahoy. Yeah, a little bit of a weird... Well, you know, such is the way that life happened, of course, but, you know, you moved away from us. What can I say? Michelle says ahoy to the old Panther.
Ahoy.
You moved away from us. I use all my virtual stuff now for TikTok, so... Got to get yourself back in the hood. Brother versus brother. Yo. Ahoy there, mate. Oh, it's a cane toad. I wondered what the hat was there that Jai Arrow was wearing. It's a cane toad. David, as a party, Queensland, WWW of my life, and family and I. That means win, 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 I think. 5 minutes and 10 seconds until the decider. Looking forward to it. Daddy Shunters, ahoy, mate. Yeah, basically, without getting myself into too much trouble again, TikTok, for whatever reason, started banning all the streams. And so I had to rebuild I had to rebuild the entire layout from the ground up again. We're slowly but surely getting everything back in there. So try scorers will be back up on TikTok again at some point. I'm just trying piece by piece to get everything back up and running over there so that we can appease the TikTok algorithm, AI, whatever it is. Scaife97 says, heartbreak to see Jai like this. Daddy Shunters should go on Facebook. Yeah, we did used to be. But yeah, YouTube and Twitch platforms of choice. Jules Craw, ahoy, mate. Gina Ferracini, ahoy. And 1973 says, ahoy, Dan and the Old Panther. Go New South Wales. Now, I've slapped on a same-game multi for this one. I've got a little bit of a theory that the decider will be more like a traditional Origin game. It'll be tough. It'll be tight. It'll be played up front. We talked about it just then, Old Panther, about how the game will be won in the forwards and the backs will dictate by how much. So I'm leaning towards some forwards for first try scorer. I noticed that there are some juicy returns floating around. And I'm talking about Hudson Young. I'm talking about Liam Martin. I'm talking about Britton Nickra. And I'm talking about Curtis Capewell. And I'll bring those up in a second just to say what we're talking about. And I'm talking about first try here. First try. But, yeah, Old Panther, what are your predictions for this one while I find these odds?
I like the idea of Liam Martin being in the game. He brings some extra energy, and he has that habit of turning up. Court play, doesn't he? Scoring. I'll go with Liam. Yeah.
Joe Show, thank you very much for the Sakura Corgi. H. Lays has got Cobbo first up for the Maroons. Yep, I think if the game opens up and we see a high-scoring affair later on, that's when I think the backs come into play. On YouTube and Twitch, we can see that my four-legger, I've got Hudson Young. Even though I've put his name up as Liam Martin. I probably should fix that before the game starts. But yeah, I've got Hudson Young for first try as well. Listen to this, though. I was talking about those edge forwards and how they're a pretty good shout for first try. If you look through them, okay, so Nicker is 26, Capewell's 26, Liam Martin is in here somewhere, 36, and Hudson Young's 20. Those are the to the dollar returns for the 4 second rowers. And we know I love a good second rower try. They come through for me more often than not. So Saints 4 in a row. Ahoy, mate. Luke F2K. Ahoy. Chris Bradley. Ahoy, mate, if I didn't say so already. Clint 007 says, let's get some multis popping. Well, Old Panther likes the sound of Liam Martin. Harry Grant in big Origin games is always a bit of a go-to of mine. Cheeky little bugger. What about, hey, chat room? Old Panther and I talked about this a little bit beforehand, but what about Gus Gould and the comments made about Harry Grant being a cheat? Completely tongue-in-cheek. It actually reminded me of a segment that belonged on Wasted Water Sports, to be perfectly honest. But, yeah, a lot of hullabaloo about nothing much, Old Panther.
Yeah, well, that sort of thing, as I said to you earlier, it's been around for years. I told you about an article in Rugby League Week way back in the late 60s, early 70s, and the Penrith halfback at the time, Laurie Fagan, in the article said about hookers, any hooker worth his salt is a cheat. And back in those days, they had to abide by rules in the scrums and in the hooking role. So, yeah, I think that pretty well says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it was all just a little bit of fun on the show. He was kind of having a crack at Cameron Smith as well. you know that they're all mates off the screen, so they were just having some friendly little jabs at one another. But of course, the media picks it up, social media picks it up and runs with it and tries to turn it into this huge, huge thing. But yeah, very, very little in it. As we see the teams in the sheds getting ready to come out onto the field. And there will, of course, be a little bit of a pre-game stuff, and then we'll crack on. Looking forward to it. So, okay, final predictions, and we've talked about potential try scorers. Obviously, look for Bostock, kicks to Bostock, and kicks to Nawangani-Tawase. Finishing in the air is a bit of a forte for both of the aforementioned players. So, New South Wales, I think some try scorers out on the edges potentially, and Selwyn Cobbo, of course. Corn on the Cobbo. Can't go past him. So, try scoring threats all over the park, but I mean, you kind of expect that from Origin. So, we've talked about try scorers. What about final predictions, scoreline, match result?
Am I allowed to make two predictions?
Go for it.
My head is saying Queensland's going to win. My heart is saying New South Wales. But I think Queensland might have them.
Yeah. Just the Suncorp factor, or?
Well, I think just the team factor. They seem to play as a team better, don't they? Plus the forwards. I know I keep going back to the forwards, but the forwards, if we remember the last game, every time the forwards got the ball, they made 10, 15 metres.
Yeah.
New South Wales quite often didn't make any yardage. The forwards. So I think that's going to be critical.
Very much so. But will Queensland have the pressure of favouritism? They don't normally have it. They try their best to be underdogs each and every year.
Yeah, that's true. And they reckon that can make a difference. I don't know. The professionals, it's not supposed to, is it? Still, they're only human.
For the most part, I believe.
Mostly.
Yeah. Both teams out on the park now. They've got their game faces on. Queensland. That's for sure. Okay, I've got to... We're just going to... Oh, no, there's still anthems to come and everything, isn't there? So we've still got a little bit of pre-game. I really want to fix up the fact that for some reason I put Liam Martin's name. That just goes to show you how torn I was between Liam Martin and Hudson Young in the same game multi. I put Hudson Young photo and Liam Martin's name. I tried my best. Okay. That should have fixed it. I just need to now refresh the overlays. And we'll be all good. Please stand for the national anthem. If we were at the game, well, I'm standing anyway already, but if we were at the game, we probably would. But there is such a thing as radio silence. And even during a national anthem, radio silence is a very bad thing. So we'll keep on chatting away here whilst all this goes on. And Hudson Young, there we go. His name is up there. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, that just goes to show how torn I was on deciding between the two. Put the photo of one up and the name of the other. Baden 5,000 up the mighty Waz on Friday. I'm always curious to know, like, okay, so Warriors supporters, who do you choose? State of Origin time. If you're like a Waz supporter from New Zealand, do you just pick the team that gets the most Waz players in? Yeah. Odd Poppet says, I've always wondered why the New South Wales Blues have those three red things above their crest. Anyone know why? Yes, because they're sponsored by Westpac, and that is the Westpac logo. Because the game is professional and commercialized now. The logo, the sponsor logo is incorporated. And I kind of notice Queensland don't do that. Queensland, I think, used to, though. Queensland plastered the 4X logo everywhere back in the day. But yeah, it's the Westpac logo. It would have been part of the sponsorship deal that they got coverage on the logo as well. So Stephen Peake says from New Zealand, support Queensland. Yes, but why, mate, is what I'm asking. Why, what makes the choice? Just more Waz players, or what tips it across the line towards Queensland? Baden 5,000, absolutely. All Blacks on the weekend, 100%. Anthem is done and dusted. Kickoff is moments away. Nicole Payne, a channel member. Ahoy, 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 go Queensland. Thank you so much, Nicole Payne, for joining channel membership there on the YouTube. Tough Tux says from New Zealand, but live in Queensland, but my whole family has always gone for New South Wales. So up the Blues. Excellent. Old Panther, any final words before kickoff? I mean, we'll jump back over to you in and out of the game as well. It's not like this is the last thing you get to say for the...
Yeah, I just hope the forwards can do the job, and it just seeing the team run out. I'm looking for a big game from Stephen Crichton too, because he's had his critics this year as well. People know that I'm biased towards Penrith and ex-Penrith players. That's the way it is. So yeah, look for a big game from the critter.
4 seconds until kickoff. Queensland are lined up on halfway. They'll be kicking off to the Blues. Referee Ashley Klein blows the whistle. They send it into that left edge. And here's the first hit up of the match. Mitch Barnett runs into Flegler. Nice. That's the sort of collision that we want to see. 10 out from their own line here. The Blues with first use of it. There's my boy Hudson Young. First try scorer, Hudson Young. That's who I landed on. Hudson Young, Liam Martin, Nikra, or Kurt Capewell. As a Queenslander chant rings out across the stadium, I now need to update the field so that it refreshes. There we go. A couple of things that we were a little bit behind on here. Oh, Tedesco. He's hit hard in the tackle. Fifth and last here for the Blues. 10 short of halfway. The kick downfield. And backing up for it. Corn on the Cobbo. And he winds up, brings it back to the 20-metre line. And look at the blue jerseys there. 5 to bring him down. Queensland now with their first possession. So New South Wales have navigated the first set. That'll just settle the nerves a wee bit. And they can start getting into this game. Stephen Peake, we can certainly attack that at halftime. Stephen Peake wants to know your thoughts on Moses Leota, Old Panther, if they'll re-sign him. So we can definitely talk about that at halftime. As Munster puts the kick from inside the 40. He finds space behind Tedesco, and it sits up in the end goal. What a kick from Munster. And the chase from Corn on the Cobbo and the hammer keep the Blues pinned inside their own 10. No one getting to us, they a little upright, but he was strong enough to get straight to ground. Bostock now has a carry. Queensland race up out of the defensive line. Halfway through the set, the Blues, and they're only just now outside their own 10-metre line. Barnett backs into the defence. That's the fifth and last. Big kick needed here, so it goes to Moses. And Mitchell Moses will put it down the throat of Ponga at the back, takes it on the 20-metre line. And he looks for a gap anywhere. And look who's leading the kick chase, Old Panther. Liam Martin. Those are little 1%ers that they talk about as coaches, right? Leading the kick chase aggressively and making you tackle. And that's what Liam Martin does. Time and time again, and probably what was missing from the first couple of games, huh? Munster Drifting across field, links up with Cotter. Saints 4 in a row. Old Panther, you're a blue. You're a blue?
Yeah.
Yeah. Saints.
But I think Queensland will win.
Saints 4 in a row. Just wanted to know. As Queensland put the shift on out to the right, Robert Toya is handled nicely there by Bradman Best. Fifth and last. They're up quickly on Walker, so he gives to Munster, who puts the high ball up. Bostock drifting back for it. Takes it nicely in the end, but a little bit of miscommunication created some pressure. The Blues, a lot of sets starting from inside their own 10 metres line. Tough going in the early stages. Gina Ferricini says Munster magic. Robert Peters looking for a one-sided game here, but I don't think it will be like that. And Saints 4 in a row says cheers, Old Panther. Thumbs up. Fifth and last again. They're still inside their own 30. Big kick needed from Moses.
3 in a row that Moses has taken the kick.
Oh, dear. Here's a tip tackle on Jojo Fafita. They come in from everywhere. And Hudson Young, this will just be a penalty. I don't think there was any aggression or follow-through. But a clear tip tackle from Hudson Young on the kick return, and that'll be the first penalty of the game. Jojo Fafita. Hudson's got him, tips him up with the one leg. Boy, they did well to hold that one up.
Did flip him over.
Oh, clear penalty. Clear penalty, but that'll be the end of it. DL, ahoy, mate. Sabaton Liam, ahoy, buddy. As Queensland off the back of the first penalty of the game, fine touch. Back inside New South Wales territory. Oh, Panther, this is an annihilation at the moment in the territorial stakes.
Absolutely. Something that stood out in that last set that New South Wales had. Do you think James Tedesco sort of gets too involved in those plays, trying to get out of the 10?
Because you need your back three doing those carries. You can't
seem
expect
to do much to me though.
You can't expect that. Well, nobody has at the moment, in fairness. But yeah, you need your back three doing the hard yakka out of your 10-metre zone. You can't expect your forwards to constantly run back. As Capewell almost penetrates. 10 metres out from the line. 2 tackles left. Grant to Walker. Shows it inside once, twice. Gives it the third time. And Nikra has to surrender in the tackle. Fifth and last. 10 metres out. Grant sends it left for Munster. Cut out pass for the Hammer. Steps back in field, and that'll be a handover. Well, I don't think Hammer realised it was fifth and last, because that was a rather meek and meaningless end of set. But yeah, when you've done a set, like even if they get up to the 30-metre line, they put a in their set of 6. You want your back three doing the hard work out of territory. So I can't really blame Tedesco for taking those hit-ups. I mean, that's what you want from all of your back three, really. DL, thank you very much for the heart me. Situations like this, though, is a different story where they've already made it out of territory. Tedesco taking that settler on fifth and last. And was that Moses doing the kicking again?
Couldn't quite make him out.
Yeah.
I think so.
I thought Moses is there for the long kicking game, so you've got to put the egos aside and say, look, if Moses has got a better long kicking game, so if we're 20 metres out from our own line, Moses takes the kicks. Cleary's got the better tactical kicking game, so if they're in a more traditional position, as Queensland go the early shift again, and Robert Toya brought to ground. 10 short of halfway, Queensland just dominating the territorial battle here. Fifth and last on halfway, Walker kicks for the corner. Backing up for it, Nwangani Tawase takes it on the full. And this is probably the best field position the Blues have started from in a long while. Crichton is swamped, but they're 20 metres out. Tedesco shuffling it on here for Bostock. And a good carry up to the 30. Did they just get a set restart, the Blues? They did. Slow play the ball, ruck infringement, and the Blues get the first set restart of the game. Queensland got the first penalty. Sixth again here for the Blues. And they've got to turn this around now if they want to be any chance of this. This is the sort of situation they have to take advantage of. Cleary goes right for Tedesco. And now Stephen Crichton tries to go in and away on the hammer, who goes with him all the way. 30 metres out from the line. Tedesco in at first receiver again. Yes, I can't give any excuse for it happening now that they're up this end of the field. Fifth and last, Cleary puts the high ball up, targeting Bostock. It's lost forward by Jojo Fafita. Knock on, Queensland Blues get the result. High fives all around. That was much better play there. Oh, Panther for the Blues.
Yeah, that's the best passage play for them so far. What's that, 9 minutes?
Yep, 9 minutes gone. And as much as we love Brian To'o, there is the difference that Jack Bostock makes. I mean, To'o, God bless him, he just wouldn't have been able to get up that high and put that amount of pressure on as Cleary feeds. 10 metres out now, the Blues. Here they come. Quick hands out to the right. Nwangani Tawase. 5 metres out from the line. He's brought down. That'll be 6 again, you would think. Tedesco, dummies. Takes the line on. Cletus Cotter with the tackle. Cleary for Yo in front of the post. Short ball for Barnett. Powers towards the line. And Mitchie Barnett taken down a metre out just to the left of the uprights. Robson fires it out to the right. Short ball. Cleary to Martin. Fights his way through, but Queensland hold on. 3 tackles gone now, halfway through the set. Cleary drifting across to the left. Moses with quick hands. Tapped onto Bostock. Line's wide open, and he spills it into touch. Oh, Jack Bostock on debut. Would have had a try. The line was wide open. They've butchered one. Butchered. Well, there's no guarantees, I suppose, he would have got there, but he certainly had the front foot momentum. He knows it too, that look on his face. Oh, a try has potentially gone begging. Buck Rogers, thank you very much for the heart me over there on TikTok. Oh. Repeti Paval says, grind, boys, grind. Nicole Payne. Prediction is 29 Queensland, 28 New South Wales. Robert Peters says, what an idiot. Butter is the order of the service there, Dan. And now, speaking of Butterfingers Joneses, a dropped ball here from Cletus Cotter has just handed the ball back to New South Wales. He took his eyes off the ball. He had a look at who was standing in front of him, eyeing up who he was going to run at. Now, these are the invitations that Queensland don't decline. Will New South Wales accept it?
This is where Nathan Cleary gets involved.
20 metres out from the line, a sweeping backline move. Moses takes it up the middle. 15 metres out, just to the left of posts. Robson goes short for Barnett up the middle. 10 metres out. Yo for Cleary. Cut out pass right for Crichton. Steps away from one. And he's just a metre out from the line now. Halfway through the set. Queensland offside here. Cleary looking for someone to pass to. Gets Moses. Tedesco now. This time Bostock takes the ball. Steps back in field. But the sliding defence is across to chop him down. 2 tackles left. Cleary goes short for Yo. Spins and stands in the 3-man tackle right in front of the posts. This is it now. 5th and last. Cleary, crossfield kick. Cobbo's dropped back. Nwangani Tuase comes through. He can't control it. Knock on into the in goal, and it will be Queensland ball. Oh, the kick was there. Nwangani Tawase got up above Corn on the Cobbo. He just couldn't come down with it. Oh, so close. Now, here's a question, Old Panther. I don't want to cause controversy here, but I remember a penalty being given for against the Blues last year, I think it was, for playing the arm in the air. And
Brian Toto, wasn't it?
Yeah. Now, could you not argue there that Cobbo continued the motion through and grabbed Nwangani Tawase's arm? But like I said, I don't want to cause controversy.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't matter which side of the fence you were on. You'd upset somebody with.
10 short of halfway now. Nwangani Tawase will take the tackle. How are we doing, chat room?
I know it's only, 13 minutes, is it? Or 14 minutes? But at least there's a game on, eh?
That's it. There's a big carry here from Payne in the Haas. 40 metres out from the Queensland line. Robson, dummies open side, comes back left down the short. Fifth and last. 25 metres out again. Another attacking kick opportunity. Cleary puts it up. Targets Cobbo again. Cobbo spills it forward. 6 more tackles here for the Blues. Crichton goes infield. Here's Hudson Young. 10 metres out from the line now. The Blues on another 6 again. So we got time off here. Hudson told to just go back to the mark and play it. Moses drops off for Payne in the Haas. 10 metres out. This is a lot of early pressure here on Queensland. Yo takes them on. Couple of metres out from the line.
To get the first try, but I'll take.
Matt, ahoy there, mate. Odd Poppet, now I'm annoyed. I missed the try. Robert Peters getting Cleary. I said he would score first try. Well done. Nathan Cleary, 5 metres to the right of the posts. Slots the conversion over. And it is Nathan Cleary 6, Queensland 0. I hope you... Yeah, I was going to say Adam Hugo beat me to it. I was going to say, I hope you jumped on that one. Nathan Cleary, first try. Wasn't paying out as much as my one on Hudson Young, but... yeah. Not to worry. Queensland get us back underway. Nathan Cleary with the try. Nathan Cleary with the conversion. And it's New South Wales up 6 points to 0. Mitch Barnett from the back fence. It's Endo. I wish Latrell Mitchell was playing. He certainly makes a difference every time that he plays for the Blues. Payne in the Haas. Good carry up towards the 40-metre line. 10 short now as Moses takes the carry. Fifth and last, back for Cleary from inside the 40. Puts it down the throat of Corn on the Cobbo at the back. And Cobbo winds up, beats one, but he falls to the ground as he gets past him. 25 out from his own line. The hammer gets another 10 metres. 17 gone. The Blues crucially leading this contest. Ten short of halfway. Liero pops it back here for Cletus Cotter. And not the fifth and last yet. Grant out of dummy half. Space out on the left now. Ponga, cut out pass to Cobbo. Does well to keep it in the field of play. Nwangani Tawase has taken the ball, but Selwyn's already in touch. It's a handover to New South Wales. There we go. I thought Cobbo had done extremely well here. Initially to hold on to the ball, he bobbled it, gathers it back in, and thought he had done extremely well to keep it in the field of play, but he's been deemed to be in touch. So here come the Blues again. Great field position, 10 short of halfway to start this set. And build in nicely once more. Hudson Young takes it up over the halfway mark. Stands in the tackle. Doesn't get a quick play the ball away, though. Oh, they're up quickly on Haas. He just bumps off Munster. Bumps off Hammer. Gets the offload away, but it goes to nobody. Bounces up on halfway for Barnett, but still the beast that is Payne in the Haas. Putting the hurt on a couple of Queensland defenders there. Cleary steps back in field, beats one. And he's brought down 30 metres out. That right foot step is on song at the moment there from Nathan Cleary. Moses for Haas. Bends the line up the middle. Needs a runner. Pops it back for Moses, who fires in field for Cleary. Huge cutout pass left for Best. Best goes straight through. Back in field for Young. Hudson Young coughs it up. Oh, Hudson Young with the spilt ball. But they are suddenly ripping them to shreds here as Hudson Young has an issue here with his back. Bradman Best with the line break. Young in support just couldn't hold on to the ball. He's been collected by Ponga. But Payne Haas, what a beast. That's where the play got set up. Big Payne in the Haas having a blinder. As we got time off here for the Hudson Young injury.
The completion rate, New South Wales 90%, Queensland 63%.
Wow. Wow. 63% completion rate is abysmal. Scrum down here for Queensland. Can they go about building a better completion rate as they have the ball back now? Cobbo. 15 out from their own line. Grant scurries out a dummy half, looking for the penalty. Munster slots into dummy half. Capewell angling back into the play the ball area, targeting Cleary. Harry Grant goes for Liero. And now Sam Walker tries to sell the dummy on Moses. Great tackle. Moses went with him the whole way. And now follows up with a second tackle on Liero. Fifth and last on halfway. Walker puts the kick in over the top. Bostock's back for it. Takes it on the full. And Bostock and two smoking barrels brings it outside the 20. New South Wales back in possession. Here's Bradman Best now bringing it out of the red zone. Nwanganitawase. A little upright, but he's he runs with so much power. He gets away with it. Tedesco, dummies, takes it up the middle. 40 out from their own end now, the Blues. Robson spots some space. This is something that he did not do in the first couple of games, Robson. There was no running threat. Fifth and last, the high ball's put up. Ponga under pressure. Martin, I think it is, flying through. Hudson Young. It's Hudson Young. And he's got his timing wrong. And he's got his height wrong as well. Ashley Klein blows the penalty. Yeah, because Liam Martin doesn't get those wrong. Kalen Ponga taking it and dropping to ground. And a penalty there to Queensland. Some pretty strong mitigating circumstances there in the high contact. So absolutely no threat of a sin bin there as Queensland find touch. 30 out from their own line. 6 points to nil. Yeah, it's got that feel about it. Now, interesting. Old Panther, New South Wales playing with the breeze in the first half. 7 kilometres an hour directly at their backs. So how many How many points could that be worth? I feel like they probably should be ahead by more than 6 the way that it's gone, but we'll see. Cotter takes it into the Blues territory. Munster out the back for Walker, and Ponga up in the line. The goose step. Moses does just enough to bring him down. Oh, Ponga slow to get to his feet and play this one. Kalen Ponga in a little bit of trouble in back play, although he seems to have walked it off. Maxi Plath takes the 5th and last. 30 metres out in midfield. Walker kicks out to the left, looking for Cobbo. Tedesco comes forward for it and takes it well. Tedesco, 10 out from his own line. He'll play it here for the Blues, leading 6-0. Jules Craw reckons Munster's washed up. Oh, dear. Why do I feel like that's a famous last word statement? As Bostock brings it out to the 20. Cameron Murray's on the field, gets the late offload. Back for Robson. Gives it on now for Young. Tries to step back in field. Brought down well by Nikita. And an early kick here on play 4. Moses sends it deep. Finds the grass in behind Ponga. Ponga collects it on the bounce. And he's able to return it outside the 20. Good kick chase by Nwanganitawase, but not enough to keep the Maroons pinned down here. 16 minutes to go until the halftime break. A Queenslander chant rings out across the stadium as the arrow marches up to the halfway line. Scooped up by Grant. Catches Yo out of position. Good carry up to the 30-metre line. 5th and last. Isaiah Yo did well as well there to... Oh, the kick now. It's high, but it skews off the side of the boot. They let Cobbo take it. He pops it back to nobody. Walker retreats to the 30. Gives it to Grant. Grant puts the kick in now. Finds space in behind Bostock, but it sits up nicely for Bostock in the end goal. And he gets himself back into the field of play. Bostock and 2 smoke and barrels running across field inside the in-goal area until he found half a gap to dive out into. Oh, he's looking, apart from that dropped ball early on, he's looking fit for Origin. And he's copped a high shot there that they got away with. Tedesco out of dummy half. Beats Harry Grant, but can't make too much more progress upfield. Payne Haas. Another solid carry, but that's the 5th and last. 25 out from their own line. Moses for the long kick, using that breeze. Ponga drops back for it and gives it to Cobbo for the hit up. Cobbo runs into Liam Martin. 30 out from their own line. Queensland back in possession. The hammer swamped by blue jerseys. Slow going here, this set for Queensland. And 1973G says the Queensland mating call chant. 2 tackles left. Walker out the back for Munster. Munster runs out of options and he hits the defensive line. Driven back 5 metres. That's the 5th and last. Grant to Walker. And it's all looking a little bit headless here from Queensland. The kick down to Bostock, falls and takes it inside his own 20. We have not seen this happen yet this series, Old Panther, where Queensland just looking unsure of what to do.
They were a bit disorganised then, weren't they? Last couple of hits.
Nwanganitawase beats the tackle of Munster, if you can call it that. He just sort of chucked his hands out very half-heartedly. Tedesco up the middle. 6 again. Disrupting the ruck again. Queensland are not getting away with it. 6 more tackles, New South Wales. 5 short of halfway. Cleary sends it right for Martin. Steps back in field and breaks the line. Feeds it to Crichton. Crichton's away from 1. Gets away from Ponga. Flicks it out the back of the hands. Nwanganitawase back in field for Cleary. And Nathan Cleary gets a double. The Blues have broken out from halfway. And Nathan Cleary finishes it off. He's got his second try. It was started by Liam Martin. Continued on by Stephen Crichton. Finished by Nathan Cleary. And I've got to salute Nwangani Tawase for his efforts there as well. Oh, what a try. That is a very Queensland-like try. Celia Goodman, thank you very much for the heart me over there on TikTok. Cheers. Nathan Cleary with 2 tries. 10 points to 0 with the kick to come. Wow. That was the old Panther crew reconnecting.
Absolutely.
And throwing Nwangani Tawase in there to boot.
I won't even attempt to pronounce his name, but he did a good job to keep that alive, didn't he?
Give it a go. We've all butchered it at some point. The only reason I get it right now is because of years and years of practice. But yes, there's the line break. Liam Martin beating the tackle of Munster. And he had the strength to stay upright and get the offload to Stephen Crichton. Ponga did a good job on Crichton, but just didn't finish it off. He knocked him over, just didn't hold him, and he was able to get up and go again. Fed it to Nwangani Tawase, who was able to pop it back in field for Nathan Cleary. Put the goosey goose on Cobbo. And Cleary lurking up in support. 10 points to 0 with the kick to come. And a relatively simple conversion as well. Nathan Cleary with all the points at the moment. And, well, whether he kicks or misses this, he'll still have all the points at the moment. He puts it on target. Nathan Cleary makes it 12 points to 0. New South Wales off to, well, they were off to a little bit of a shaky start, but certainly finishing this half strongest as I pop off for a quick break. Got to break the seal, old Panther. And
is it very noticeable that the Blues forwards are matching it with the Queensland forwards? Any thoughts on that in the chat room, I wonder? An article I read about Andrew Johns said that the forwards win the game. They determine who wins the game, and the backs, well, it's just the cherry on the top. They determine by how far the forwards have to be going forward to give the backs room to do their stuff, and that seems to be what's happened there. But these games go for 80 minutes. Are they going to have to keep this up for the full 80? Otherwise, Queensland will snatch it back.
My apologies for that. Took a little bit longer than I thought. It's New South Wales now. 12 points to 0 they lead. Yo takes the fifth and last. Michael, ahoy mate. Michael 7862. Kick downfield. Cobbo backs up for it. Takes it 10 out from his own line. Winds up. And he almost gets on the outside of the kick chase. Loses the ball. Here come the Blues. Back in possession. 10 out from the line now. Bradman Best goes to ground. Oh, another big mistake from the Maroons. Horn on the Cobbo. Taking the hit up from the kick and he spills it. Crash ball for Cameron Murray. Murray reaches out and scores. Cameron Murray reaches out and plants it down. He's broken the Cleary streak. Cameron Murray makes it 16-0 with the kick to come. Oh, old Panther, what is going on here? He's not held. Yeah, Cobbo's not held. Cleary comes in and rips it away one-on-one. I thought he dropped it. My apologies. I thought he dropped it cold. He didn't. Cleary's come in and ripped it away.
A legitimate one-on-one strip.
Selwyn Cobbo obviously thought that he was tackled. He wasn't, though. He wasn't held. And look at the go-go gadget arms there from Cameron Murray. Some very proud Rabbitohs supporters in the chat room, I can see. Primrose, thank you very much for the heart me on TikTok. Wow, what a first half this is turning into for the Blues. 16 points to 0. The kick to come from right beside the post. There we go. He thought he was held. He's getting up to. He's waiting for his. He's waiting for his dummy half. He's waiting to play the ball. Then Cameron Murray coming in and finishing the job. Oh, they're pumped up in the coach's box. Potentially the next New South Wales coach sitting right there, Matt King. Depending on what happens next year. As Cleary moves in from right in front. Puts the conversion over. And New South Wales leading this game 18 points to 0. If you can believe that. In the Nathan Cleary show. I think we can honestly say that. Look, the blokes from the people that don't like him, he's never going to get the credit anyway. And there's a lot of footy still to be played, but this opening, what's it been? 31 minutes has belonged to Nathan Cleary. Safe to say that. Vanua Blake from the kickoff will play the ball 10 metres out. Now, when I popped off before, Old Panther, I heard you mentioning how they've got parity, if not winning, the battle up front. How immense was Payne in the Haas in that first spell. I'm so glad that he's not a Bronco anymore. Well, won't be. It means I can like him more. Tedesco in at first receiver again on for Murray. Spins out of that. Munster is not making any of these hits. 10 short of halfway. Back from Moses to kick. He sends it deep. Taken on the full by Fafita inside the 20. Ponga standing in midfield. The ball doesn't go to him, though.
This is an important last 8 minutes because if Queensland can score a try just before half time, that brings them right back into calculations, doesn't it? Regardless of the score.
Absolutely. You score last in the half, you take that momentum into the break. Yeah, I mean, it's critical, I think, that they hold them scoreless. Ponga, quick hands from the hammer onto Cobbo. Cuts back in field. He's taken down fifth and last, 40 metres out. Walker puts the high ball up. It's a monster. This is the first real tester of the night. Nwangani Tuase spills it out the back. Dives on the loose ball. And it's called a knock on. He looks perplexed. Nwangani Tuase cannot believe what this call is. Hammer versus Nwangani Tuase in the air. And, well, here we go. They've forced the mistake. They've got their first real attacking set of 6.
Well, this would be good. They haven't had to do much defending up here for a while, so be a test straight away, won't it?
Hammer from the scrum. Dummies out the back to Ponga. They're 5 metres out here, Queensland. Full set of 6. Cotter in midfield. Held up by the 3-man New South Wales defence. Grant. Grubbers in behind. Played up by Yo. It'll be 6 more. Ponga steps on the outside of Crichton. Forces him back in field. Grant floats it over the top for Munster. And they're up quickly on him. Hudson Young racing up to shut that down. 15 out from their own line here, Queensland. Whoop. Players tripping up over each other. Walker turns it back inside for Plath. Maxi Plath, head down, ass up. 5 metres out, just to the right of the post. Munster, beautiful flat pass for Capewell, but the defence holds firm. He's a metre out here, Capewell. Grant for Munster. There's gaps here everywhere. The floater over the top from Walker went too soon for Fafita. And Bostock was able to race up and make the hit. They go again, though, Queensland. Maxi Plath, 10 metres out in front of the posts. Takes tackle 5, options left and right. Grant goes left for Munster. For Ponga. And now the hammer gets on the outside of Crichton and dives over in the corner. There's their try. The hammer had Como on his outside. That just kept the defence interested enough. And he breaks the tackle of Stephen Crichton and the ever-reliable hammer. Another try for Queensland. Well, he personally has got another try in his Origin career, I mean. That's their first one of the night. And what a big one it was. He just had the pace on the outside, Stephen Crichton, and Nwangani Tuase was too interested there in the threat of caught on the Cobbo. $18 points to 4, the kick to come from the sideline. Sammy Walker was perfect with the boot in the last game. Can he keep them in touching distance here? Try confirmed. And that will also bring the crowd back into this. The crowd has been kept silent for the most part in this opening 40 minutes. Potentially, we look back on the end of this game as a huge, huge moment. Sam Walker, perfect in game 2. His first kick from the sideline tonight. Moves in, and he's missed it. Anticlimactic. Anticlimactic. 18 points to 4. And, yeah, I'm sure that they'll have an opportunity to make up those 2 points later on in the night. Liz, or Lies 4010. Ahoy there. Appreciate your stream, tuning in from work. Very nice. Oh, couldn't you have had the night off work? It's Origin night. New South Wales get us back underway. 3.5 minutes to go until the break. My clock's a little ahead. Always seems to find a way to get out of sync at some point. Oh, Nathan Cleary's all patched up. He's been through the wars. Now that, should New South Wales go on with it in the second half, why do I get the feeling that'll be the photo on the back pages? Nathan Cleary all bandaged up. As Nickera takes tackle 3. Oh, Plath slips into the contact there. 10 short of the halfway. Munster puts the kick downfield, and he finds some space. Tedesco drifts across for it and slips inside the 10. Gets up and goes again, Teddy. 15 metres out. Nwangani Tuase. Driven back in the tackle. 15 metres out. Bostock brings it out to the 20. The smiles have gone off the coaching box there in New South Wales side of things. As even though it's 18 points to 4, some tension has entered back into the fray. DJ Shack, ahoy mates. Big carry here from Fanua Blake. Gets the arms free. Cut out pass. Creates space for Best. Angles back in field. Pops it up for Robson. 5th and last now for the Blues, who are throwing the ball around a lot more in this game. Cleary puts it through the hands. Out for Murray, who spills it. Gone backwards. Play on. Moses gets away. Comes back down this left edge and it opens up for him. He puts the kick in and Ponga races across to collect it. 15 metres out from their own line here, Queensland. Helter-skelter stuff from the Blues. Oh, Liam Martin puts a big hit on. Liam Martin with a monster hit. They've got to be careful here not to be too aggressive and give away a penalty, but doing well here with 1.5 minutes to go until the break. Cobbo brings it outside the red zone. 4 Blues defenders there to bring him down on tackle 4. Capewell, 5th and last, 30 metres out from their own line. Goes for Munster. He puts a high spiraling bomb up. Oh, it's a monster of a kick. Bostock forward for it, spills it. Max Plath leaves it behind. Hammer picks it up. 40 out from the line. 6 more tackles. Oh, Nickera with a huge don't argue. Oh, no. Who's that down in back play? Nickera. And now it flares up. Teddy's down. Britton Nickera gave him a big don't argue. And Teddy has not got back up yet. And now the push and shove. We got 40 seconds left in this opening half. Tedesco has come racing in to put a hit on Nickera. Here we go. Head clash. Boomfa. Head clash. Tedesco. Nickera. Tedesco flat out on the turf. Nickera unfazed. Completely unfazed by it all. I can imagine that they will both be off for a HIA, though. Okay, so now it's time to start thinking New South Wales. What do we do? Because Tedesco will be off for a HIA. No question.
Crichton's played fullback.
Oh, yeah, Crichton. Off he goes straight away. Straight away. Oh, Kohler's coming on. Tolu Kohler. There we go. Tedesco straight off for a HIA. Tolu Kohler straight off the bench. Cameron Munster's gone on report. Cameron Munster, I believe, has gone on report here. And it's going to be a penalty here to... Oh, it's this contact. Nickera leading with the elbow on Bostock. There we go. So it's not Munster on report. It's Nickera. Nickera on report. And we've got 30 seconds now. New South Wales fine touch 40 metres out from the line. It's Clan F6T. Ahoy there. 40 metres out. They'll get a couple of plays here, the Blues. Fanua Blake with a good carry. Inside the 30. Stands in the tackle. They still couldn't bring him to ground. Cleary turns it inside for Yo. 20 metres out now. This will be the final play of the half. Robson out of dummy half. For Moses. Short ball for Young. Ducks under the tackle. Pops it up. Kohler's on the field. He goes to ground. That's half time. 18 points to 4 at the break. Oh, are they going to get one play the ball here? No, that is the halftime break. 18 points to 4 at halftime. New South Wales over Queensland. Waste to Water Sports. We are going to have a quick break. We'll be back right after this. There we go. Half time here. Waste to World of Sports. 18 points to 4. The Blues leading Queensland. Sims the GOAT. Anyone else catch the lovely forward pass? There were actually, now, benefit of the doubt because it could have been the camera angle. The camera angle on halfway facing where the Blues were attacking. I did spot a cheeky little hint of a forward pass in some of that interplay. But, hey, wouldn't be the first time a forward pass has gone undetected. Gina Ferricini, you're doing laundry. Well, that's what halftime breaks are for, I suppose. Catching up on the things that have gone by the wayside in the opening 40 minutes. All right, so halftime thoughts. Old Panther, is 18-4 enough?
No, at this stage I would say no. Queensland's fixed up some of their handling. The completion rates at half time, 84% New South Wales and 73 Queensland. So they've come back into it in that regard. But at the same time, New South Wales attack has clicked into gear, hasn't it? But you can never feel confident against the Queensland sides. They have a habit of playing right up until that last 10 seconds, don't they?
Well, especially now that I don't think Tedesco, I'll be very surprised if Tedesco's back. I think they need to plan their second half as if Teddy's not going to be back. And that creates a little bit of a shift in the back line. So it'll be interesting to see if that just shakes things up in the wrong ways for the Blues. That second half attack, we'll see. With Tolu Kola, it's good to see him get some game time. And we know that I'm not exactly the biggest advocate of James Tedesco. So, but still, if he's the first choice fullback, I'd still rather him be there. Unless Dylan Edwards was sitting on the bench, I would still rather him be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
I'm not a Tedesco fan, I'm afraid. Even though he did come from my old hometown of Camden.
Jared 694, ahoy there. Brother versus brother says go New South Wales. DJ Shack says New South Wales have got to keep playing. You can't try to defend a lead. Especially at origin level, you can't, 16 points. You can't try and sit on that. Queensland, they've got to get these unforced errors out of the game. That third try by Cameron Murray was inexcusable. Great heads-up play by Nathan Cleary, but still really poor by the Maroons.
The question that was asked during play was my thoughts on the Moses Leota situation.
Yeah, where does Moses Leota land?
Yeah, well, apparently there's half a dozen clubs looking at him.
Well, you'd be crazy to not look at it.
You've got to look at him, and they reckon he stands to gain about $1 million out of it. So they've got young blokes coming through, and they have a reputation for allowing players that have done them well in past, to secure their future, like Fisher Harris, and they let him go, and so I think they would stand behind whatever decision he makes. But remember sad to see him go, because it's a pretty good backstory if anybody ever finds it. If you can find it online. So it'd be good to see him stay at Penrith, but they've got to think about their future. When his next contract comes up, I believe he's 31 or something. So he's got to start looking at securing, hasn't he?
The Broncos seem to have unlimited salary cap. Maybe they can sign him.
And the Roosters have brown paper bags. So yeah.
Yeah, well, what did I say the other night? I said absolutely zero inside knowledge. Was it you I was talking to? I said Moses Leota will go to the Roosters and the Panthers will bring Spencer Leniu back.
Yeah. Yes, what you said.
Yeah. So there you go. Maybe he does end up at the Roosters. But then I also said he reconnects with Fisher Harris at the Warriors and they get the band back together.
Yeah, well, that's a possibility too, isn't it?
DJ Shack says you could legitimately field a competitive team at NRL level with nothing but ex-Panthers of the 2020s.
Had a pretty good side if they all got back together, wouldn't it?
Yeah, the Bulldogs are going all right at the moment. Last couple of years. PNG Peeps for Queensland. PNG Chiefs, that's obviously another option for Moses Leota. Hook up with
there's some value in that move too, isn't there?
Yeah, hook up with Jerome.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot going on at the moment.
Hell yeah, up the Dogs, says Nico Dom. Oh boy. But anyways, 18 points to 4 at the halftime break in this one. Nathan Cleary, definitely man of the half. Whether or not he goes on to become man of the match by the end of it, time will tell. We're 40 minutes away from finding out that question. But certainly it was a half that belonged to Nathan Cleary. And as I said, it will never be enough. It won't be enough. It will never be enough to silence the critics. It just never is. But he certainly has put on a display in this opening 40. 2 tries, had a hand in the other one, and he's popped up everywhere. Kicked well. Probably could have had another try assist if Nwangani Tawase had just reeled that ball in. He would have had another try assist off the boot. Incredible first half. DJ Shack says if New South Wales wins, he gets man of the match, no question. I think it still depends a lot on what happens in this second half. But yeah, he's got himself a mile ahead at the moment, would you say?
If Queensland score first in the second half, that throws the whole thing wide open.
Oh yeah.
And I guess that's where the forwards have to make sure they don't drop their heads and still allow Cleary to run the game. So yeah, it's just there's a heap to play out yet, isn't there?
Oh yeah, this one far from over. Far from over. Rapetti Pavel says Crichton and Best need to step up in the second half, break that line and set channels for the boys to run into. And yeah, it was disappointing to see Stephen Crichton get burnt on the outside by the hammer to give Queensland their first try. Robert Peters says Cleary will score first try in this coming half. Well, my same game multi's looking pretty good.
Was it? Remind me. I can't see the board.
Selwyn Cobbo, Bradman Best, Harry Grant, and Hudson Young.
Oh, yeah. Clean sheet.
Yeah, I reckon I'm on there. Rob's on for sure. Yeah, Robert Peters. I think Robert Peters, he's been to the future and got the sports almanac. Lit 505 says up the Blues. Brad Lethby says Cobbo to score next. I could take a corn on the Cobbo try for my same game multi. Ahoy! That was a good half. Ahoy, mate, says Namana 01. Ahoy, mate. Here come the teams for the second half. Nathan Cleary all bandaged up. Failed. Yes, there we go. Tedesco has failed his HIA, as we expected. Will not be back for the second half. It was pretty clear as day, really, though, wasn't it? He came off, as I like to say, he came off third best in that encounter. First to Nickera and even behind his own shadow.
So did he say what was happening?
Well, Kohler to fullback. Yeah. Tolu Kohler will just shift straight into fullback. So, inexperience there at the back now for the Blues. It'll be his moment to shine, or Queensland's opportunity to exploit. We'll find out. Second half is underway. Ashley Klein blows the whistle. Cleary kicks off down into the right corner. 10 metres out. They go to Ponga in midfield. And Ponga to take the hit up. Not really traditional play there from Queensland to start this second half as Cotter carries up to the 20-metre line. 18 points to 4 at the halftime break. Capewell loses the ball. First mistake of the second half. Kurt Capewell with a loose carry, and New South Wales get an opportunity to strike first. Kurt Capewell is not having a good night. He targeted Cleary. He's been doing it all first half. And a loose carry. They might want to rethink that. Rethink that. Scrum down 30 metres out midfield. Cleary feeds it. They go left for Moses. Turns it inside for Best, who beats the first tackle of Toya. But Nickera holds on. And we've got time off. Down in back players, Sammy Walker. Oh, this is huge. Sam Walker's hit his head on the turf. Sam Walker slips. And then he cops a friendly fire from Robert Toya and then smacks the back of his head in the turf. So he got, first of all, he does the splits. He gets a clip across the ears from his teammate and then he smacks his head into the back of the turf. He's up and about again, though. 20 metres out from the line. Robson, no, Fanua Blake told to go back to the mark and play it. Cleary turns it inside for Yo. Moses almost got in the way. Halfway through the set. Robson for Cleary. Out the back for Moses. Spins into a gap. It's shut down just as quick. 10 metres out here on play 4. Moses to play it. Cleary takes it to the line. Infield for Young. Bumps off Harry Grant. 5 metres out here on the 5th and last. Cleary. Cut out pass right for Crichton. Crichton grubbers into the end goal. Sets up for Ponga. Ponga has no chance here. Surrenders. But, goal line dropout incoming. That was a beauty of a kick from Stephen Crichton. Very reminiscent of a certain grand final, old Panther.
Yeah, you beat me to that one.
Just dinks it in. And it sits up perfectly. Queensland goes short. It's batted back into the midfield for Kohler, and New South Wales have it. Mitchell Fokker, ahoy mate. Your brother goes for Queensland, but you're a blue. Nice. Hudson Young now. Driven back in a 3-man tackle. 20 metres out over on that left edge. Fanua Blake. Good carry up the middle. He has had a much improved game 3. Fanua Blake, 10 metres out now. Cleary for Moses. Through the hands. Kohler takes them on. Well tackled by Munster. A metre out from the line here. 2 tackles left. Moses for Cleary in midfield. Goes short for Murray. That's the 5th and last. They go left. Cleary. Grubbers in behind the line. Deflects back off a Queensland boot. Cleary pops it up for Moses, who's taken into touch. Play the ball back in midfield. Jeez, they had 6 again there, New South Wales as well. Big let off there for Queensland. 15 out from their own line. Walsh getting ready to come onto the field as Sam Walker goes off for HIA. Sam Walker finally succumbing to that head knock. And we've got a mistake here from Queensland. Another dropped ball inside their own red zone. It's Capewell. It's Kurt Capewell again. It is Kurt Capewell again with a drop ball. Dear, oh dear. Surely something has happened here. Capewell in a two-man tackle. He's been brought to ground. And then the ball just coughs out the back. Wow, that's Kurt Capewell's having a mare.
Is this where Reece Walsh shines against some tired players?
You kind of need some resemblance of ability to be able to do that. Here we go. Scrum down here for the Blues. 20 metres out from the line. Ashley Klein waves us back on. Cleary slips, gets up, goes again. Max Plath, though, has him lined up. Robson goes left for Moses. Short ball for Young. Gets the bumpers up on Cotter. But not a lot of progress made. You feel like this is a big moment in the game. New South Wales let them off the hook with that run into touch, but then Queensland invited them straight back in with the dropped ball. Fanua Blake on the inside ball. 10 metres out to the left of the post. Robson stays down the left edge. Here's Best. Tries to skip away from Robert Toya, who does well to hold on. Fifth and last. Moses now with the crossfield kick. Martin bats it back. Oh, it sits up for Queensland, though. Munster in a little bit of space. One-on-one with Cleary. And Liam Martin gets across to help out. Penalty goes to Queensland. Munster takes offence to this. And he goes face-to-face with Liam Martin. And Martin gives him a little bit of a nonchalant push away like, you're joking, aren't you, mate? You're kidding. And there, a penalty to Queensland, a relieving one. Giving them a piggyback upfield, but not a big touch finder. Only going 10 metres upfield. Capewell. Oh, geez, it's risky giving him the ball at the moment, isn't it? Capewell, 10 short of halfway. For Cotter, stepping back off the right, can't find space on the weak shoulder. Ponga lurking around in back play. Here we go. Walsh heading out to the right edge. Taken down by Best and Hudson Young. 3 tackles gone for Queensland. Ponga in at first receiver. Liero on the crash ball. Looking for the offload. Can't get that ball free. 30 metres out. Grant picks it up and scampers out a dummy half. Fifth and last, 20 metres out. The crowd appealing for a set restart. Munster puts the high ball up. He's got it perfectly on the goal line. Nwangani Tuase spills it. Cobbo spills it. Everybody spills it. Who's got the first knock on? First knock on. Queensland. First knock on Nwangani Tuase. Queensland feed. So that's a couple of drops under the high ball tonight from Marky Mark. Scrum down. 10 metres out. Queensland breakaway to the left, but Harry Grant tries to step back to the right. He slips in the turf. Plath into dummy half. Cotter. Rocked in the tackle by Fanua Blake. 10 metres out, 10 to the right of the post. Set restart. Munster. For Walsh. Taken down in front of the post. Liam Martin. All over him. That's tackle 1 on the back of the restart. Munster. On for Nikra. taken down by Moses, and Hudson Young put on his back, dominant tackle. Grant now out of dummy half, set restart. The marker's not square. Pressure situation here. Munster turns it inside for Cotter. 5 meters out, right in front of the post. Grant goes left. Walsh steps off the left boot, taken down half a meter out. 3 tackles gone just like that. Grant floats it over for Munster, turns it inside for Nickera. And Yeo there to wrap him up. 10 metres out, right in front of the posts. 2 tackles left here for Queensland. Walsh in at first receiver, left for Ponga. Now the hammer with quick hands for Cobbo. Grubbers in behind the line. It deflects off Kohler into the back of one of the Blues, and it sits up for Cobbo. Opportunistic to say the least. But Corn on the Cobbo gets his try. And we get a tick off our multi at last. Now, what is it that I say, old Panther? More arse than class. That is as lucky as you can possibly get. The grubber kick through off the knees of Kohler into the back of Nwangani Tawase, and it bounces straight into the chest of Cobbo in the in goal. Tries don't get too much luckier than that, but what a crucial one it is for Queensland. Oh! He almost knocks it on. 18 points to 8. The kick to come from out wide. And, okay. Sammy Walker's off the field for HIA. Who's going to take the kicking?
The great Peter Sterling, he always said you make your own luck.
Yes. So. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. We obviously like to have a little bit of fun and take the mickey. But, yeah, it couldn't have worked out better. Quick hands from the hammer onto Cobbo. Puts the grubber kick in. And let's just have a look at this deflection. Well, we won't see it off that replay. Tries confirmed. So, Walsh will do the kicking, yeah. Caleb Pong can kick as well, can't he? Conversions. So they've got some options. All right, Reece Walsh takes over the kicking with Sam Walker off for a HIA. From the sideline, puts it on target, just needs to hold it line. It bends across the face of the posts. 18 points to 8.
You could say that's justice.
Yeah, well, it's interesting that, yeah, I'm curious about that. It's a little bit of a grey area in the rules because I've seen situations before in general play where if you tap the ball up for yourself forward, it constitutes a knock on because you've motored the ball for, even if it doesn't hit the deck. If you purposely bat the ball forward, it constitutes a knock on. And now it was interesting that Cobbo knocked the ball forward in the process of going for that. It was obviously deemed unintentional, and that's the little grey area of the. But I've seen those in general play. Never in a try scoring opportunity have I seen it pulled up, but I've seen those pulled up in general play before. But anyways, it's one of those grey areas of the game. And Flegler takes the hit up.
How do they respond in this set?
That's exactly it. If they let Queensland go back to back. Halfway through the set, Brayley's on the field for New South Wales. Liero. As they're starting to bust tackles here, Queensland. 5th and last on halfway. Back for Munster to kick. Not a lot of distance on it, but it's a lot of height. Everybody lets it bounce. It could go anywhere. Cleary goes back for it and collects it 10 out from his own line. Oh, risky. Nwangani Tawase. A little upright. They get in over the top and drive him backwards. 5 meters out. Good carry from Kohler. Inside their own 10. Bostock targets Harry Grant. Brings it out to the 20. 4 tackles gone. Vanua Blake takes it up the middle. 5th and last. 30 metres out from their own line. Back from Moses. Needs a big kick. Delivers. Sends it deep into the 20. Taken on the full at the back by Cobbo. Corner the Cobbo winds up and Isaiah Yeo there. 18 points to 8. This game is on a knife's edge. 10 short of halfway. Cobbo. It's Payne Haas coming down the sideline, ready for a second stint. Queensland halfway through their set. Flegler wasn't really expecting that ball, so he's very flat-footed on the 4th tackle. Munster in midfield for Walsh, short ball. And Nane almost breaks his way through. 5th and last. Numbers down the left. If they run it, they do. Ponga throws the pass out to nobody. Cobbo bats it back in field. Cleary scoops it up, but the whistle blows in back play. Knock on Queensland. It'll be a handover. Off the hands of Cam Murray. I thought it was a strange pass from Ponga, but yeah, it was knocked out. Geordie, thank you very much for the gifts over there on TikTok. Much appreciated, my friends. First time gift. Much appreciated. 18 points to 8. 26 minutes left to go in this contest. That is just in the balance right now. Brayley goes short for Young. Plath and Nickera converge. 10 short of halfway. Martin gets away from Munster. Gets the late offload. Miscommunication. Oh, Brayley's been cleaned up by Harry Grant over the top. 10 short of halfway. 2 tackles left. Yo takes the 5th and last. Moses does the kick in again from halfway. A high ball down to Cobbo, 10 out from his own line. Cobbo winds up, bumps off the tackle of Martin and Crichton, brings it outside the red zone. Great carry there from Corn on the Cobbo. Hammer at first receiver. Space out to the right. Ponga goes on his own. Well brought down by Bradman Best in the end, but there were gaps there for Queensland to exploit. 25 and a half to play, 10 points the difference. Munster turns it inside for Liero, switches direction, gets the offload back for Flegler. Flegler from a standing start does well to get up to halfway. Grant for Munster. Now Ponga, dummies. Oh, he's been collared here by Stephen Crichton. Penalty Queensland. Here we go. The momentum, Old Panther, is firmly with Queensland right now.
But a similar thing happened in the first half, and New South Wales withstood it and then turned it around. So now's the time. They've got to turn it around in defence now. Under the pump again.
10 metres out from the line. Plath with a late offload back for Grant. Numbers out to the right. Ponga. Oh, he tries to go again on his own. Kalen. 5 metres out. Tackle 2. Walsh goes short for Liero. Standing. Spinning. Allowed to offload. Oh, Cleary's up quickly and shuts it down. Says enough of this bollocks. Grant out of dummy half. Cleary's there to make the back-to-back tackles. That's play 4. Plath for Walsh. Cut-out pass for Hammer on the left. Nwangani Tawase jams in and makes the hit. 5th and last. Big play, this one. Walsh with the crossfield kick. Plants it perfectly. It's lost forward by the Blues. Sets up for Bradman Best. Play on at this stage. Best is away. Ponga's coming back at him. Fends away from Ponga. And Bradman Best goes the length of the field. But I dare say they'll have a closer inspection on this one. At the moment, though, Bradman Best has gone length of the field. It'll go up as no try. And they'll have a look at it. Because I suspect there was a cheeky little knock on there in the contest in the air. I'll tell you what, it almost would have been better off if he just did a cheeky little move and surrendered in the tackle so that they couldn't look at it. He's a lot closer to the play than I am, though, so he may know that whether it was touched or not. At the moment, Bradman Best has just run the length of the field. And they've just got to check the contest in the air down the other end. Whose hands did it come off? Moses celebrating in back play. The Queensland heads drop. I won't put the beer up just yet, Adam Hugo, until this is confirmed. They've just got to check that competition in the air for the ball. Here, Bostock. Does he get a fingertip on it, Bostock? It looks like it's batted back off Queensland. Yeah, hang on, here we go. This will tell us. Yeah, it's brushed the fingers. It's brushed the fingers of Bostock. That's what I was talking about. It's brushed the fingers of Bostock. It's knocked on first by Queensland. So that'll still be a knock on Queensland as it's through the fingers of Fafita, but then it's also hit Bostock. So I think New South Wales will get the ball back, but this try will be disallowed. It's not confirmed yet. What do you reckon, old Panther? There was a cheeky little brush there on Bostock's hand.
Inconclusive, I'd say.
Try's been confirmed. We'll take it. Bradman Best. Oops.
They'll be asking which account Ashley Klein was using. But then he's not in the bunker.
That's leg number 2 off the multi. I told you it was looking good. Tick number 2 off the multi. Brad, I thought there was a cheeky little touch there from Bostock.
Well, no doubt in the papers tomorrow up here it will be.
Yeah. Bradman Best goes the length of the field. We've seen him do that before. Under 19's Origin. He scored a match winner running from inside his own goal line to break Queensland hearts. Nathan Cleary from 10 to the left of the posts puts it over. 24 points to 8. New South Wales over Queensland.
The game's not over yet. 20 minutes.
Oh, no. Yeah, definitely not. Larrens says the gambler Ashley Klein had money on Best to score. I don't understand, honestly. This is a different topic, and it's a talking point in of itself. We won't get into it too much, but, I mean, it does suck for him, but his position is really untenable, surely, you would have thought, right?
Well, yeah, players aren't allowed to gamble, but he reckoned he didn't gamble on footy games. So.
That's right.
But as we said, you can always get someone to place the bets for you.
That's it. I mean, 100% there's players out there that have associates putting wages on for them. But anyway, like I said, that is a topic in of itself. Sam Walker's back on the field, so he's passed his HIA. Has Reece Walsh stayed out there? We'll keep an eye on that. Sam Walker passes his HIA, has come back on. New South Wales leading 24-18, 21 minutes left to play. 5th and last on the halfway line. Murray plays it. Back for Moses. Puts a monstrous high ball up. Fafita's under it. Here's the footsteps of Bostock charging down on him and does well to take it. Still inside their own 20 here, Queensland. Gina Ferricini. Oh, no. Robert Peters says New South Wales 2, Drags 1. New South Wales win the game and the series. Klein is a cheat, pure and simple. I thought that was Harry Grant. Everyone's a cheat. Here's Walker now. Walsh is still on the field. There he is. Up to halfway, taken down by Hudson Young. Fifth and last, Munster. Puts the high ball up. A wobbly old kick, taken well by Nwangani Tawase on the 20. 20 minutes to go in the game. A quarter of this series left, unless we get golden points, which is still a possibility.
Yeah.
Grant is just a crybaby, says Tilo. Blake Brayley carries up 10 short of halfway. 2 tackles left here for the Blues. Payne in the Haas, up to halfway. Another solid carry. That's tackle 5. Moses in to do the kick in again. Oh, it deflects off the face. An absolute falcon right off the schnoz of, couldn't see who it was. It might have been Nene that got through there to put pressure on the kick. It'll be 6 more tackles for New South Wales. Jeremiah Nanai, that's got to be a HIA. He's copped it square in the schnoz from Moses. The kick, boom. Oh, no, in the side of the head. He had his head turned, so he's copped it in the air. Geez, that'll be a ring for the next 20 minutes or so. After that one, 6 more tackles for the Blues, and this will be HIA territory. HIA territory for sure. That was huge contact. Does anyone remember when Jeremy Marshall King copped the Falcon and he had the classic cartoon Looney Tunes goofy look? He was knocked out so cold. Isaiah Yeo up over halfway. Murray out the back for Cleary. Hammers up quickly on him. 40 metres out from Queensland's line here on play 4. Moses onto Haas. Gets the bumpers up. Carries it inside the 40. 5th and last. Moses puts the high ball up. Again. Coming forward for it. Batted back by New South Wales. Oh, Bostock's fallen heavily. It falls for Queensland, and Bostock's down in back play. We have got time off again. Jack Bostock and 2 smoking barrels went up for this one. Oh, clean contest in the air with Reece Walsh. But he falls heavily. He got up. He was a clear foot. Oh, he smacks his face into the turf as he falls. He was a clear foot above Walsh in the contest in the air. If you could even call that one a contest. Play back on. All right, 18 minutes left to go. Queensland. Oh, here we go. Here's time off. HIA. Yep, Bostock, HIA, where he smashed his face in the turf. All right, another HIA here for New South Wales. So, how do they shift now? Kohler's already on the field. They've only got Ethan Strange on the bench. So Barnett's coming back onto the field. He won't be playing on the wing, that's for sure. Here we go. Time back on. 18 minutes to play. Queensland. 24 points to 8. New South Wales lead. Walsh out to the right. Gives to Toya. Slips into the contact. 10 short of halfway. Walker on for Plath. Takes it to the halfway line. 2 tackles left here for Queensland. Walker on the front foot. Out the back for Munster. Nwangani Tawase jams in on the hammer. And the tackle had to be made and was. 5th and last. 40 metres out. The high ball from Sam Walker. It's another monster. Everyone lets it bounce. It sets up for Queensland at the back. No, it's into touch. Oh, they are letting those high balls bounce. We talk about it all the time. Let the high ball bounce at your own peril. Nikra down in back. Oh, what do we got here? Captain's challenge. Queensland are claiming there was an escort in the kick chase here. Let's see. 3 players all converging. And maybe, yeah, the little bump there from Stephen Crichton. A cheeky little bump here from Crichton. Clearly leans into it. I'm afraid you can't get away with that, Crichton, my old friend. And there should be a penalty to Queensland. I dare say. It's very small, but it's against the rules. Challenge is successful. Penalty Queensland, and it's just old Panther. It's just silly. It's just silly play. You know what? Honestly, I have to blame the Bulldogs for this because he didn't do that sort of stuff at the Panthers.
You can't get away with it these days, can you, with the number of cameras around?
No, well, Queensland obviously knew immediately, called the captain's challenge. Anyways, 5 out from the line. It has put New South Wales under immense pressure. A metre out. Grant fires it right for Walker. Walsh, dummies. Taken down by Moses. A metre out here on this right edge. Grant, infield for Munster. Short ball for Plath. Cleary's up quickly on him. Has some help from Liam Martin. A metre out on play 4. Grant goes back to the right for Walker. Loose pass, bounces nicely for Toya. Gets the fend on, feeds it out to the wing for Jojo Fafita. And it's a try for Queensland down that left edge that is makeshift with Bostock off for the HIA. That was Bostock's edge. Jack Bostock would have been defending out there on the left edge. But, yeah, Bradman Best caught too far in field. He's been playing centre all night long, Bradman Best. Forgot that he was supposed to be out on the wing, and Queensland have taken advantage. Jack Bostock off for the HIA. Makeshift backline now for New South Wales, and Best playing in the position where he was defending in the position he was picked to play at. Forgot that he actually needed to be shifted out. Try confirmed. Jojo Fafita just keeps that Queensland pulse. Well, that's not what a pulse sounds like, but you know what I'm trying to say. It sounded like I was popping a bubble. That's better. So yeah, what do you think of that? Oh, Panther, technically he was out of position, but realistically, that is exactly where he was meant to be standing.
Absolutely.
He just forgot that situation had occurred that he needed to be out further.
And Queensland summed it up pretty quickly, didn't they?
It was well exploited there. Cameron Munster, Harry Grant and co, they knew exactly where to send the ball to take advantage of that. As Sammy Walker from the sideline pushes it across the face. Another missed kick. It stays 24-12. 4 tries to 3. And it's the missed conversions that are keeping this comfortable for New South Wales.
Now, I know you disagree with me on this, but even though there's 15 minutes to go, it's a 12-point ball game. Does the field goal come into play already?
Oh, surely.
Because quite often we've seen a team score late tries to level it up and send it to golden point.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. I was actually, if I didn't have to race off at halftime, I was actually going to mention that maybe they should have set for a field goal on that last play before halftime, just to get the extra point, even though at that particular moment in the game, it added nothing for them. I probably would have taken it then. But yeah, absolutely. We're definitely for New South Wales in field goal consideration time. 15 minutes left to play.
So Ethan Strange is on.
Ethan Strange is on, yeah.
Is Moses off or?
Good question. Yeah. Very good question. But Queensland's missed conversions have got New South Wales this, wouldn't call it a comfortable lead, but got them this 2 converted try lead. Momentum's been all with Queensland in the second half. Walsh goes short for Nanai. And then Walsh knocks it on as he lurks up in support. Nawaqanitawase comes away with it. "40 metres out from the line." Oh, hello, Munster's ass. Harry Grant pulled his pants back up as well. How is my clock so behind? How is the clock so behind? There's 13 minutes left to go. I'm at 26 and a half minutes. Michelle's had a bit too much tonight.
Yeah.
20 metres out from the line. Brayley out of dummy half. Back in field for Cleary. Murray tries to duck under the tackle. 15 metres out. Fifth and last. Cleary now. Kicks for the corner. Nawaqanitawase bats it back. Strange has got it. Fights his way away from one, and that'll be a handover 5 metres out from the line. Queensland ball.
Not a bad result.
I mean, I'm right about that, aren't I? 13 minutes left to play. I'm at 27. It's not me who's got the math wrong, is it?
No, well, it'll be a New South Wales timekeeper.
Fa'asuamaleaui takes it up outside the red zone. Halfway through the set, the Queenslander chant we haven't heard for a very long while as the crowd tries to fire up the home side. Walker drops it off here. Fa'asuamaleaui goes again. 2 tackles left. 12 points the difference. Munster for Walker. Space out to the right. Walsh tries to fight his way through. Best brings him to ground. And then a flop from Stephen Crichton in over the top. 5th and last. He wasn't held, though, so it was a fair flop. Walker puts the high ball up. Coming forward for it. Collar, they've let it bounce, and it bounces up for Queensland. Robert Toya will score. They've let the high ball bounce.
That is terrible.
New South Wales, an utter refusal to attack the high ball, and it has finally punished them. Robert Toya scores. They all stand around in the blue jerseys looking at each other as the ball bounces into the chest of Toya, and the easiest Origin try he will ever score. And Queensland are right back in this now. I cannot believe what I've just witnessed. That's your ball, young fella. Tolu Kola, young man, that is your ball. That is yours every day of the week and twice on Sundays. The fullback coming forward for it. He lets it bounce and straight into the arms of Toya. Too much power. And for the umpteenth time tonight, they've let the high ball bounce, and they've finally been made to pay for it. Game on.
Which we suggested, didn't we?
Game well and truly on here. Sam Walker, 10 to the right of the posts.
He won't miss this.
Surely he doesn't miss this. Surely. And then we've got a converted try, the difference between them. Oh, it's under review. Tries under review.
It might have touched that.
Oh, Maxi Plath is offside by a metre. Oh, Max Plath is offside by a metre. It's going to be no try. New South Wales have been saved. New South Wales have been saved. Maxi Plath, what have you done, sir? Oh, boy. New South Wales breathe a collective sigh of relief. Max Plath.
Absolutely fantastic play from the fullback, though. He knew and he left that deliberately. Yeah.
Yep. He's
that is incredible.
He was going to let them get that try so that they could get all pumped up just to get deflated when it gets called back. Oh, Maxi Plath. A step offside on the kick chase. Jeffrey Wagner. Ahoy, mate. Welcome along. Adam Hugo says, Wall of Blues. Robert Peters, in the words of Doc Brown, great Scott. Oh, I'll tell you what, though. Queensland have elevated here defensively. A driving tackle on Bradman Best. 5 short of halfway. Payne in the Haas. Up into Queensland's territory, the big man. Rabbitohs bound. Let him go now, I say. Broncos season's over. Let him go now. Give him a chance at a premiership. Is that Kohler with a lot to make up for? Oh, Hammer tips him. We saw a penalty for that in the first half. Take the 2. It's 30 metres out or thereabouts. 10 to the right of the posts. New South Wales, do they have a crack at 2 here? There was no malice in it, but it was exactly the same as Hudson Young in that first half. They're going to have a shot at the 2. Nathan Cleary will step up from 40 metres out, 12 to the right of the posts, to put New South Wales out by 2 converted tries, beyond 2 converted tries. Wow. 10 minutes to go in this game. Absolutely take the 2 in this scenario. Nathan Cleary, step up. Kangaroos. Kangaroos Moist Pouch. That might be the greatest username I've ever seen. Kangaroos Moist Pouch says, do you commentate on anything else? I swear I've heard your voice. Yes, I do the rugby union, and I do the Big Bash cricket. Even though we didn't do the Big Bash this season just gone. I do Six Nations rugby. Did the All Blacks game on the weekend. 24 points to 12. Nathan Cleary with 10 minutes left to play. An opportunity here to put them out beyond 2 converted tries. Nathan Cleary. Big moment. 35 metres out or thereabouts. It's beyond 40 metres on the fly. 15 or so to the right of the post. It is not an easy kick by any stretch of the imagination. Nathan Cleary moves in to give New South Wales a buffer. Puts it on target. Enter the man. Enter the moment. Nathan Cleary with the penalty goal. Puts the Blues up 26 to 12. On the back of his 2 tries and conversions, a penalty goal now.
And look at the point scores. Most points for the Blues now.
Most points for the Blues.
Takes over from the great Michael O'Connor.
9.5 minutes remaining. Queensland goes short with the restart. It's batted back by Queensland and they have the ball. Oh, they get in each other's way though. And referee Ashley Klein says this will be play on. Corn on the Cobbo has it. 40 metres out from the line for Asawa Malawi up the middle. 40 metres out. 9 minutes to play. 14 points the difference. Michaela Rahoy up the Blues. 25 metres to go for Queensland. The short kickoff. Munster for Walker. The double pump is intercepted by Bradman Best. New South Wales have it. Oh, Bradman Best. He's been immense tonight. Welcome back to a Blues jersey, Bradman. I'm still not 100% sold on his try, but...
on his?
His try. I'm not 100% certain it was a try, but... A lot of those are up to interpretation, aren't they? Like,
yeah,
it obviously went up as a try.
Let's hope it doesn't come down to that in the points, eh?
Pain in the Haas. Out to the 40. 8 minutes left to play. Hudson Young gets the bumpers up on Cletus Cotter. Fifth and last for the Blues. Moses kicks deep. Straight down the throat of Corn on the Cobbo. Oh, there's a dust up in back play. Of course, Cameron Munster's involved. Munster and Moses going toe-to-toe, wrestling in back play. While play continues as Queensland bring it out of their own ends. Let's see what caused this friction. Munster cleans up Moses after the kick. That probably had something to do with it. Halfway through the set now, Queensland. Fa'asuamaleaui up to halfway in midfield. Takes tackle 4. Grant to Ponga. Turns it back inside for Walker, who bobbles the ball. Does extremely well to hold on. Fifth and last. Walsh puts a monstrous high ball up. Oh, for the love of God, don't let it bounce. Oh, they've dropped it. And then Liam Martin was offside. Knock on against Queensland, though. So Liam Martin wasn't offside. Well, hang on. You saw that too, old Panther, didn't you?
I thought he was offside.
He was walking. He was walking back, Ashley Klein, going knock on.
So
He's
New
actually
South Wales challenging.
He's actually called knock on against New South Wales, and New South Wales have challenged.
Well, they might give away a penalty now. Do you think?
I swear, I saw Ashley Klein signalling knock on in favour of New South Wales. Here we go. Kohler goes up for it. It's off the shoulder.
Oh, who's it touched first? Yeah.
It's off Kohler into his own face. And has it gone forward or backward? That's what they're looking at here. That's Well, I don't know that there's any conclusive evidence here to overturn this. It might be inconclusive. It might be inconclusive on-field call. Oh. There we go. Play on. Successful challenge. A great one by the Blues. Challenge is successful for the Blues. $15 meters out from their own line, New South Wales. Cleary, man of the match, says Edgardo Perez. I think that is pretty much hands down, isn't it? As it stands at the moment. Unless in the next 6.5 minutes, Queensland pull off one of those Queensland miracles.
And that's possible.
You would have to say that Nathan Cleary, man of the match, and probably player of the series. Well, would you give him player of the series? I guess, yeah. Recency bias. As Mitch Barnett wrangled to ground by Fa'asuamaleaui. 25 out from their own line. Matty, the death breaker rap, says go Blues. Set restart here for New South Wales with 6 minutes to play. Payne in the Haas. Takes on Munster up the middle. 10 short of halfway. Drama Queen 197. Go Queensland. Elijah Richardson just says, damn. Moses attacks the line on halfway. Larrens says, give Klein, Sutton and Maxwell a quarter of the Wally Lewis medal. As Murray takes it into Queensland's half, 40 metres out from the line. Payne Haas takes on Munster again. Fifth and last, 30 metres out in midfield. Cleary wants it on the right. Puts the high ball up. No way in hell of Queensland letting it bounce. Cobbo comes flying through the air and takes it. And Corn on the Cobbo, he's been brilliant. Oh!
I was just going to say, yeah. He hasn't dropped one.
He's dropped the ball. In the action of getting up to play the ball, the commentator's curse has just gone whack. And his first mistake of the night, Cobbo. I've got to stop saying nice things about people. Wow, that's a big one. That's a big one. Laurie's trying his best not to smile because he's too nice a guy. Oh, never mind. No, he did more than smile. He just exploded.
Looks like a few are left.
Yep. A lot of Queenslanders are flooding out of the stadium. Got to beat the traffic. Bradman Best, 15 metres out from the line, plays it. Here's Hudson Young. Back into midfield, 10 metres out. 4 minutes left to play. 26-12. Can they put the exclamation mark on this game? New South Wales. 5 out from the line. Brayley drifts across field for Moses. Quick hands from Best. On the bounce it goes for Crichton, who has to cut back in field. They've lost some ground, but still 10 metres out. Tackle 4. Crichton gets tangled up there with Harry Grant.
Interesting.
Some frustration here.
Eating up the second.
10 metres out, 2 tackles left. Cleary goes short for Barnett. Or not short, he goes flat for Barnett. It was actually quite a long pass across the face of the defence. 5th and last now. Cleary wants it on the short side. They'll just put it through the hands and take the tackle. Liam Martin takes it 5 metres out. That'll be a handover. 3.5 minutes to go. They're saying, bring it the length of the field, boys, if you can. We're just going to defend now. They race up on Cobbo and drive him back a metre out from his own line. Corn on the Cobbo. Oh, scrappy play the ball there for Queensland. They get away with that one. Ryan Zealand says, I thought FIFA was bad. Apparently there's been some really dodgy decisions in FIFA, but I digress. For Asua Malawi, offloads for Cotter. Walsh fires a cutout pass right. For Feeder, stepping back in field. 20 metres out. Plays it to nobody. Grant gets there in the nick of time. And Walsh now puts the kick on play 4. Bounces back towards the Queensland attack. Sits up. And it's taken by Nickera, but he fires the pass off to nobody, and it's into touch. New South Wales will get the ball on halfway, and Hudson Young's letting the crowd know about it. 2.5 minutes to go, and it's just not falling Queensland's way at the moment. All right. Old Panther, I'll be right back. Hold the fort.
Okay. Well, from a New South Wales Blues supporters' perspective, it's actually good for a change to see things going New South Wales way and see things going wrong for Queensland. And I'm really happy for Nathan Cleary. He stepped up tonight. He had a lot of criticism. Two men who I admire and I would listen to well and truly before any journalist, the great Johnny Gibbs and Andrew Johns, both said the forwards had to step up tonight so that Cleary could weave his magic, and it's happened.
1.5 minutes to play. Moses puts the grubber kick in, looking for Stephen Crichton. Ponga gets across for it. They drag him back into the end goal for a goal line dropout. Huge defence. Megan Gardner, ahoy there. You just tuned in. You're in hospital. Oh, very sorry to hear that. Hopefully nothing too serious. Lies 4010 says Best went up a few more notches tonight as Queensland go quick and they go short with the restart. Batted back by the Blues and Kohler has it. Kohler inside the 20. Taken down. 15 metres out. Nanai with the tackle. Do they get another one here, the Blues? Ethan Strange. A metre out. 30 seconds left. Tackle 2. Cleary shifts it over into midfield for Yo. Halfway through the set. Brayley goes left. Pain in the Haas for Young. From a standing start, Hudson. 10 metres out. Tackle 4. 15 seconds left. Nathan Cleary thinks about a drop goal. Draws the defenders in. Moses down the short side. Gives it off for Best, who angles back infield. Throws it for Murray. And now this will be the last play of the game now. Payne Haas. They've got numbers out to the left if they can get it there. Brayley goes to ground, and that's the end. No, he pops it up off the deck. He pops it off the deck for Hudson Young, and Hudson Young scores to get me my third tick off the multi and get me my money back at least. Hudson Young on the stroke of full time. Jaden Brayley, sorry, not Jaden Brayley, Blake Brayley. Blake Brayley, you thought for all money he was held. He's popped it up off the deck to Hudson Young. And Hudson, on the stroke of full time, gets our third out of 4 legs done. Money back in the form of a bonus bet. That's better than nothing. And, it was Harry Grant who ultimately let us down. 30 points to 12. Do they even take the kick? Surely they take the kick. You have the right, when you score on full time like that, you have the right to refuse the kick a goal if you want to, but surely you take it in this instance, just to put a little bit of a stamp of authority on the performance. And Brayley, slipped off the tackle there. Robert Toyer slipped off the tackle. He had the awareness to get up and pop the ball up for Hudson Young. 30 points to 12 with the kick to come. Should they take it? I'm thinking that under the circumstances they will. Although for and against doesn't really matter in Origin. I just mean it's a bit of a...
The try hasn't been confirmed yet. Did one of those Queensland players get his hand on him before he passed?
There we go.
Oh, right.
Try confirm now. I would take the kick at goal still. Me personally, just as... I mean, it's Origin.
Can they let Laurie take it? Or?
Wow, 30 points to 12. New South Wales win State of Origin 2026. Oh, that is a very relieved man right there, Laurie Daly. I don't think they're going to take the kick. I would personally, I would consider every single point. I actually almost joked that they should take the drop goal. Nathan thought about it. Nathan Cleary thought about it for a second there. They're not taking the kick. Every single point to me is like a dagger to the opposition. For and against, obviously, and aggregate totals mean nothing, though, I suppose. So why put yourself through it? Imagine the scenario where they took the shot at goal and Nathan Cleary takes the shot at goal and slips and pulls a hammy or something in an absolutely meaningless conversion attempt. Yeah. So, yeah, I can understand in that respect. Wow. We ended up with 3 out of the 4 ticks on the same game multi. Harry Grant was the only one that let us down in the end. That ended up being so close.
He didn't, correct me if I'm wrong, but he didn't seem to do much running, like from dummy half, with, shaping to go one way, come back the other way, like he does near the try line sometimes to score tries. He didn't seem to do that much.
New South Wales didn't give him the space tonight. They really closed him down. He had quite a few snipes out of dummy half, but the Blues were wise to it tonight and shut him down. Didn't give him space. It frustrated him. Daly Rose, no, it's all over. All over, my friend. 30 points to 12. New South Wales have won. Man of the match, Nathan Cleary, surely.
And man of the series.
Man of the series, surely.
Yeah. I see the completion rate tells the story.
Yeah.
86% to 70%. They both had
70%.
44 sets. 38 completed to New South Wales and 31 for Queensland.
Wow. So Queensland were 70% completion rate.
Wow. They were right down around 60.
Yeah, 70% completion rate isn't going to win you most club games, let alone representative footy. That's, wow. Not to single out a single player, but how many of those were Kurt Capewell? He had the dropsies tonight.
He did, didn't he?
Michaela says, my cousin is related to Critter. There you go. We do get quite a few relatives and or close associates
Yep.
to players. I actually had one of the Hetherington boys. Look, whether or not it's true or not, you don't know. But I mean, if you're going to lie, if you're going to go into a live stream chat room and lie, like, no offense to them, but you're probably not going to be a Hetherington, are you? If you're going to go and pretend to be family of one of the players, I know that sounds terrible, but you know what I'm trying to say. You would think that if you're going to fake it, you would shoot for something higher, but that's why I say that. But yeah, we had one of the Hetheringtons in it at a couple of the streams there. Oh, hugs all around here for the play. That's a big embrace. Mania too says that game was just horrible. Depends whose side you're on, I suppose, Mania.
That's generally the way, isn't it?
New South Wales, they just squeezed Queensland out of the game. There were I wouldn't say long periods, I suppose, but there were periods of that game, the back end of the first half, so I would say that the opening sort of 6 minutes or so were momentum was with Queensland. And then once New South Wales started getting a few sets that started outside their own 10-metre line, then they got on top and took all the momentum away. And it wasn't until like 8 minutes to go until halftime that Queensland sort of took over. Queensland took all the momentum into the halftime break, and they came out in the second half, coughed that ball up early in the second half, which put them on the back foot. But they had a period in that second half where they got on top again. But then New South Wales just wrestled it away from them, and they were helped by simple errors.
And how important are those conversions?
And the conversions, yeah.
Changed the complexion of the game completely.
Because what did we have? What do we have? 3 tries?
Yeah. And at certain times in the game, that would have changed the attacking options that Queensland had. So
absolutely, and just the scoreboard pressure as well. Like, here we go again. We were starting to think it in the comment. Here we go again. Here they come. If you kick your goals, what a difference it makes. Matty Lee, ahoy there. Matty says, underdog MVP tomato. Defense was impeccable. Liam Martin proved it was a very obvious difference maker. Liam Martin coming back. I know that, Old Panther, you're a big advocate. And yeah, him coming back into the squad, we saw the difference we saw the difference in kick chase. We saw the difference in defense. He gave away a couple of penalties, yes, but overall, his inclusion was huge. Player of the match, Nathan Cleary. But yes, Liam Martin, your thoughts on him? Dave, 74, ahoy, mate. Mania 2 says that try from Queensland that got disallowed could have been their turning point. Oh, that was massive. That was a monster of a moment. Max Plath, a step offside, having a try scrubbed out because of it. That was huge.
That's part of their responsibility as chasers, isn't it? To make sure they know where they are on the field.
Oh, yeah, you can't be getting that wrong. Can't be getting that wrong. So, Nathan Cleary officially player of the match, but that stood to reason. 2 tries. He had a hand in Cameron Murray's try, so he was directly involved in 3. Kicked all these goals. Yeah. So, Old Panther, we've kind of answered ourselves at various points throughout the stream, but does that sort of, I mean, I guess it's tough to answer because we we never necessarily agreed that there was such a thing as the monkey on the back. But does this do anything now to silence the critics? Is the monkey off the back?
Well, I don't think it will in Queensland. I think they'll be going crook about certain decisions, I guess. But yeah, I think overall this hopefully will shut up some journalists. But,
you've got an in for the journalists.
Oh, I have, yeah, because of what was happening this week. It just astounds me the way that, and I know the Queensland journalists are the same. They'll put their players down rather than get behind them, and and that's what was happening. Though, Nathan Cleary's got to do this, Nathan Cleary's got to do that, and it was only the likes of Andrew Johns and Johnny Gibbs that I heard say the forwards have got to give Nathan Cleary the room, and so yeah, I don't think there was a monkey there myself, but this will certainly silence some critics.
Gus as well. Gus has certainly never been on the bag Nathan Cleary bandwagon.
Well, that's good. As I said, those are the ones that I heard. Yeah. So I did hear journalists downing him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's not like it doesn't matter what it doesn't matter the social media banter or anything. I mean, that will always exist. But yeah. Let's see. What do we got?
Isn't it another amazing stat, though, that Suncorp Stadium, the Cauldron, and yet New South Wales have won 3 games in a row there now?
Yeah, well, in fairness, this is a new thing. I mean, it did used to be the Cauldron.
Mm.
So I completely understand how it developed that nickname. Do you take nicknames away at some point?
Sorry?
Do you take nicknames away at some point?
Yeah, well.
I can't help but notice that over the past couple of seasons, I haven't heard the commentators go on about King Gutho all that much anymore.
About?
King Gutho.
Oh, right.
Clint Gutherson seems to have lost the King nickname that I can't understand that he even had in the first place, but I digress. So yeah, does a stadium lose its aura? Does it lose its nickname at some point? The Cauldron. Is it the Cauldron anymore?
Well, apparently it's not. Yeah.
Anyway, Jamie Kubel says, let's see in 2027. Wow, that's it. That's the thing with Origin, isn't it? We've got to wait now. Let's see in 2027. Go Maroon, never die. Fully support from PNG. Robert Peters, cheers, mates. Robert Peters says, I shall bid you all a good evening. And Old Panther, thanks for the stream. And yeah, I think on that note, we will probably take our leave as well, Old Panther.
Okay, and that'll give me time to watch the highlights.
Yeah, Mum will be pleased. Like, you'll go home and chuck the highlights on, and Mum will go, didn't you just watch that? Like, yeah, but now we get to see all the small parts in debate.
Yep.
Enjoyer, says Ashley Klein in Laurie Daly's pocket. They're coming out of the woodwork now. All right, Wasted Water Sports.
Dan, hey, winners are grinners, losers can do what they want.
Fair enough. Wasted Water Sports crew, thank you so much for joining us for this one. Very much appreciate it. Yeah, we'll hop off the stream now. We'll watch the trophy presentation, I'm assuming. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. Wasted Water Sports. If you've enjoyed hanging out with us here tonight, we do this each and every weekend, whether it be rugby league, rugby union. Yeah, we love to cover it. So do feel free to give us a like, a subscribe, a follow. depending on what platform you're joining us on. And we'll catch you next time.
Night, everyone.
Cheers. And yeah, we'll see you on the weekend. I don't think there's a Thursday night game this week because of Origin, so probably see you Friday. Until then, cheers.